So how many times do you get served water when you sit down at a restaurant, but don't end up drinking it? Probably all the time. And it's something that caught the attention of California high school student Dana Wilke.
I was sitting at a restaurant, and as soon as my family and I sat down, all the waiters just brought us these huge glasses of water. And I was like, you know, that's such a waste. Like, why do they have to bring that? I didn't want it, you know?
Wilke is behind a new campaign in the town of Danville, California, called Just Say Water. The idea is to get restaurants to stop pouring it unless you ask for it.
Water is definitely not an unlimited resource. You know, we will eventually run out of it, even though everyone's like, oh, the ocean's huge. But I mean, we don't have as much fresh water and drinkable water as we need.
To get the program off the ground, the 18-year-old joined forces with Sustainable Danville and lobbied her town council for permission to use the town logo and tabletop signs. Newell Arnerick and Robert Storer say their response was a no-brainer.
When she made the presentation, we all looked at each other and said, we could do this.
So we thought, well, this sounds like a good idea. She says, it's a good idea, I'll take care of it. And really all she asked from us as the town is to give her the support.
It's something Sustainable Danville founder Cynthia Rusi was excited to be part of as well.
On her own, she calculated that if we got half the restaurants in Danville to stop serving water to patrons who didn't want it, we could save almost 700 gallons a month.
This restaurant already serves water in glass bottles, but manager Jenny True says now they won't bring them to the table right away.
Because most of the time, water does go unused, and half of a jug is poured out. If you add all of that up, and then the washing of the unused glasses, it really does add up at the end of the day, and this seemed like a great idea. Hopefully in the long run we can end up saving a lot of water and give back to the community at the same time.
It's something Dana is counting on.
Who knows? Maybe she'll come back. You'll be the mayor of Danville. You only have to be 18 years old, so.
My birthday was last week.
There you go.
Back on her high school campus, Dana's already in public service. She's vice president of her school's environmental and engineering club, E2. Brian Riley is club president.
So traditionally, E2 takes care of the recycling of bottles and cans and glass at Sandra Mound.
Paige Chittenden and Jackie Lang help organize the weekly roundup.
Every Tuesday we have kids who have signed up prior at our school meetings. So Andrea, you want A and B? They come, we designate halls to them.
A pair of gloves is a must for this job.
Yeah, it can be gross and dirty.
It's smelly, and you have to wear gloves and hold your breath sometimes.
But it's all for a good cause, because the money they earn from recycling pays for their other projects.
It was great. We went to the to the recycling plant last week, and we made $107, and so that went towards working on the garden.
That brings us out here. Brandon Steele helped design these beds, filled with veggies.
We have onions here on the end. We have 2 types of lettuce here in the middle. And then over here we have Brussels sprouts going and a little bit of red-headed lettuce.
During colder winter months, they'll cover the beds with these to keep the chill away.
We think it's a good example for people to work in a environmentally friendly manner and maybe grow some of their own food at home.
These young people are really hardworking and very much willing to take an initiative and take a stand and to make a difference.
Teacher Cindy Egan helps advise the club.
Dana's project, totally her idea. The gardens was something that the kids took on completely by themselves. We really didn't do very much at all, and that's what's really exciting.
So from gardening and recycling to starting a campaign to save water, these guys aren't waiting on the sidelines to do something to help the environment.
It feels good to once a week go out and do something that helps and make our school more sustainable.